about now. All right. We'd like to welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. We'd like to start our meeting at 7:11, and we'll ask Tanya Johnson if she would open with prayer for us, please.
For those that are making decisions in the discussions, and we're thankful for this town that we live in and the opportunity that we have to be here, and please help us all to have the desire to make it better and to work together, and we say these things in the Son Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. Would you rise and follow me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Do we have any public comment? We'll jump right in then on the, for the consent items. We have the agenda for September 3rd, which is today. Minutes from August 20th, minutes from August 20th executive session, and the payment register. Have you guys been able to look over that, and do you have any questions?
No questions.
So I did have a question. We have updated our we've updated software support with Cassell, and that's a one-time expenditure. We also and the only reason I'm bringing this up, we've been paying a lot of money to our accountant, and our new office staff has taken over a lot of the stuff. So hopefully the money that we've been paying will be that should go down substantial, and really appreciate you gals and guy. Okay, so do we have if there's no question, do we have a motion to approve the consent items?
I make a motion to approve the consent items.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, we'll move on then to the reports. In fact, we excused the mayor. He was supposed to be here till tomorrow and got called out last minute and asked me to step in. I don't know that I have anything to report other than things that's been going on. I will say there's one thing that jumped up here on the solar panels and the solar pedestals. I don't know if you've seen the town crew out there, but we're getting our new street lights put in, which that's been about a 4-year uphill battle. So I don't know if they're listening, but thanks guys for all you do. Is there anything you guys want to share? Anything you've been involved in? Fist fights, arguments?
No.
Okay. We'll go down.
I'd like to say something.
Okay.
I'd like to thank the office staff.
And I hate these things, but they're taping it, and there actually are quite a few people that watch. So grab a hold of that thing and talk in it so that everybody can hear.
I'd like to thank the office staff for everything they do for us now, for the city of Fredonia. They're doing a great job, and they just keep up doing more and more work for them to do. So appreciate all they do.
We'll move on to reports then, and we welcome Tanya Johnson and ask you if you'll tell us what's going on.
Hello. Who is that? I'd like to invite you to the library in December, okay?
Yeah.
They would love that. Okay. You probably already have this in your packet. I'm probably just going to go over it one more time. Our patrons that we serve go up and down, over 1,000 every month that come into the library. The computers up and down too. Just depends on what we've got going on with the kids. We don't get our wireless numbers. They're about 2 weeks behind because we don't have to do our Flagstaff report, the county report, until the middle of the month, so IT doesn't send it. So we're always off on the wireless sessions. We had 12 adult programs, 188 attended, and one family program we did.
What is an adult
An adult program, you have to be 18 to come. We do a sit and knit, which we have older ladies come, anywhere from 8 to 12 of them come and stay for about 2 hours. We do an adult craft night. We help with Care and Share. We do the computer for that. Right now, and then let's see what else. We call anything that had to do with adults, we can count that a program that it's written down. And so, and a family program is when the family is invited. And we did our last summer reading, we did on a Friday, we did free snow cones at the library, which we do every so often. And we had 76 attend in a 4-hour period. That's a good one. We also will probably do a free cotton candy too here in the next little while. And let's see, we did that. Still had our sit and knit. Our final summer reading report was sent to the state. We had a total of 44 0 to 5-year-olds sign up, 42 6 to 11-year-olds, 20 17s, and 56 adults participate in that program. And our adults read over 150,258 minutes in that program. And I sent it to the state, and they're super want to know about our foam party. They want us to get on a Zoom to tell them about that. And if you guys didn't see that, you missed it. We have to do another one. It's super fun. We've taken a break. We'll start our fall program next week. Our early lit will start on Wednesday, which is 0 to 5-year-olds, and Miss Lisa does that. And then on Fridays, we'll start the Kids Make and Take. And it will be, and that's, anybody really can come in and do it, but it's usually from 0 to about 12 that come in and do that. And so it'll start picking up again. And we have a lot of requests to start a book club, but with only 3 of us, one of us has to volunteer to do it. So, but we need to do it. It's been requested. So we'll start that. And we'd like to do a cooking class, but we have somebody that works at both places, and she figures she doesn't have time to do that too. So in January, we'll do another cooking class. But that's some of the things we have going on. We've done cooking classes.
You do a soap making over there in Alcone.
Okay.
I will.
Would you?
I want to know how to make soap out of tallow.
Oh, Lisa would love to do that.
Okay, I'll come. You do it, and I'll come.
Are you serious? Because we would do it. Okay. We'll put that down. For Dirk, we'll do a soap making. Anything else?
I do have a question. I think that there's a lot of people in town that don't know all of the services that you offer. I think of a library as books.
Right. And we have put it on Facebook. We have it out there. If they even walk into the library, we have the Library of Things. Do you all know what the Library of Things is? We have the shed that the preschool had, they gave to us. And so we have shovels, we have weed eaters, we have wheat grinders, we have cake decorating supplies, we have a sewing machine, we have a blower, we have, there's more than that. We have a list at the library.
You have all kinds of power tools and
we have
hand
quite a few. And they can be checked out for 2 weeks like anything else. And then we also have the back room that it's getting more. We can do posters back there. We can laminate posters, which we do quite often.
Big posters.
Big posters, I think your wife just did the Constitution, something that your kids had.
She didn't
and
blow
laminated
anything
it.
up, did
She did not. She told me she did, but she did not. It was perfect.
Okay.
So we do, and then lots of printing. We do lots of printing, and it is a really good deal. But we're not quality printing. But if you don't want to go to Kanab, or if you will do even more than that, we can do a lot. So anyway, we'll try and get it out more. Thanks.
Hey, thanks for all you guys do. Sonia Kimball, report on the senior center.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for
Yep. So I'm kind of reviewing June, July, and August, and, we have been really, really busy. And June and July kind of mellowed out a little bit, but it's getting really busy again. I mean, it's still been busy, but busier. But we have more people that we're delivering to. In Kanab, we got some, Zion's Way called us and asked us if we could deliver to some homebound people.
Up there?
Yeah, we've been doing Kanab anyway since COVID, but we only do like people that has come to the center night before or Zion's Way. And then we have had we're up to 15 on Meals on Wheels. And I've had a couple of more call and we're trying to get them on. And it's so nice because we have so many more Fredonia people using it more and stuff now. It's been really, really good. But in June, for congregate meals, we fed 114, and in July we fed 110, but in August we fed 198.
Already? Oh,
Yeah,
I guess
and-
August is over.
And then home delivered in June was 268, 285 in July, and it's 256. But we have, that home deliveries is our homebound people, and we have one not getting it right now, so that's why I think that one dropped. But we just added one more, so that'll help too. And then, pickups,
And we're talking total for the month, not weekly.
pardon
not-
me,
This number is total for the month.
right.
Okay.
And then on pickups, in June, we fed 358, 267 in July, and 591 in August.
Wow.
We were so busy. And then, on our bake sale, we got $435 in August, and then $275 in June, and $200 in July. And we do a bake sale once a month, and we try to do it every second Friday. Sometimes we have to move it to the third Friday. And then, we do exercising every Thursday, and they've got into doing puzzles. And we have so many people staying, it makes it way nice. They just sit around and visit and do puzzles. They did this 3D puzzle, and it's amazing. It's like this big, and it's like this high. It's pretty cool. It took them a long time to do it, but it's kind of fun to have them hang out and talk and stuff, you know. And then I do decorate for every holiday, and I just decorated for fall, and they all just loved it. They thought it was just great. But I've had a hard time with help for a minute, but Deidre was really good to help us, and she's gonna fill in when we need days off and stuff. She said,
You're needing to hire another person?
I don't know, it is, but Michaela worked for 2 months, and then we got Mallory, and tomorrow's her last day, and she is leaving to go to college, so now I have Sheena Cramp, and she's doing pretty good too. And Mallory's been way good. She's been trying to help me. We have an audit next Thursday, and she's been trying to help me get everything ready for it. And then we're working on, there's a couple of guys at the center that want to start a bingo program, and we're gonna try and either do it on Tuesdays and Thursdays and maybe a couple times a month during lunch. And they wanna kinda get that going, so that'll be kinda fun. And then also I'm working on getting a health fair again. We usually do it around October. Whenever they come to do the flu shots, I try to do it then. And so we're working on doing a health fair. And we're just staying busy.
So you need help. What about your physical facilities and supplies? Do you have everything you need?
Yeah, pretty much right now we do. And we're put in for a grant. And they said, she thought we would get it, but we won't know till November. So hopefully we get that grant too, and that will help a lot.
Okay.
So I'm praying that we get that, and my mom still delivers, and Steve still delivers. And then
Steve who?
Steve Browning.
Oh,
And then when Steve or my mom can't, Delenn's been helping us still.
okay.
And them are the ones that's, I have everything on them, all their information and stuff on those guys, so we have to have so much done to even let them. We're hoping Sheena's clearance card comes, because she can't drive without it. And Mallory's leaving tomorrow, so I might have to find someone to ride with her until. But other than that, it's been going really, really good. I just don't know how I'm gonna keep, but I do. Gets pretty busy.
Well, sometimes you're out in the shadows, but I didn't realize you guys do so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Town clerk.
All right. Well, I have a couple things. First, Skylar was talking to Justin, and I have no idea about this. He said that Skylar was wondering if we are charging, South Central for running lines. You know, usually we have the cable lines under the ground, and some of them are still on our poles. Are we charging them for that? And we need to find out. I guess Garcane started billing them for lines on the poles, and that made them hurry and get all the underground cables done. And Skylar was wondering about that, so we're looking into that. And then Barry Judd was giving, and this is in Cecil's packet thing because he was working on this, he was giving a portion of his little property that was actually part of the road to the town. And so he's not paying taxes on that portion anymore. And it just came through today. We got it done through Pioneer Title. And so now we have that portion of the road. So.
The question about the above ground for South Central, where would we even start looking? Just phone calls?
Phone calls, I guess.
Because if we're charging them, unless it's like an ACH type of thing, would that not show up somewhere on
It
our?
would show up somewhere, and I haven't seen it, but, you know, I don't think we are. I haven't seen it since I've been here.
Would you feel comfortable? Yeah, that's not on the agenda. Would you mind just calling Garcane and asking them how and what they're doing?
Yeah, I will.
And then, but once it's in the ground,
Once it's in the ground, it would be
It's-
South Central's, but
okay.
when they're hooked up to our poles, then I think they should be billed. I don't know, that's what Skylar was saying.
Okay. Can you, yeah, let's look into that.
Okay.
If you don't mind, I know you don't need 10 more things.
I've got a whole desk full, this one isn't gonna hurt.
Would you check on that and report back in 2 weeks?
Uh-huh,
Thank you.
okay.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
We'll move into the action items, discussion and possible action regarding adopting a code for sprinkler systems in the new commercial buildings. This is the first I've heard of that. Has somebody got something to report on that? Oh,
Actually, I was voluntold that I was coming.
pull that up there.
I was voluntold I was coming to council to discuss this.
Okay,
Ross Hunt, the building inspector, came to me and says we don't have a code enforcing all commercial buildings to have sprinkler systems in them. And we would like to bring it to council's attention that the fire department would like any commercial buildings from now further to have sprinkling
going
system.
forward.
Yes.
Okay. Is there like a square footage on that, Yeah, I don't know of anything in our town code on that.
There isn't. We've looked. Tracy and I have looked.
And is this necessary?
It would help the fire department out because we're all scattered. It would help with their insurance going down, possibly the town's insurance for going down. So.
The town insures people's commercial
Well,
buildings?
no, it'll show the, I guess,
So what happened was with the Dollar General, they did not, in their plans, then they did not include.
Oh, the new Dollar General.
Yes. And, so when Ross went over there and went through all the paperwork and everything, he says, you don't have a sprinkler system. And they said, we don't have to have one. Well, you know, and so there's a big to-do, well, then we're not gonna build here and da-da-da-da-da, there's been a big thing going on about it. And so Ross just suggested that we put into the code that from now on, that all commercial buildings need to have a sprinkler system.
What does that, so the Dollar General, what would be the square footage of that building?
I'm not even sure.
either.
It's 100 by 100, isn't it? Oh, only reason I'm saying, well, you know what,
You know, the little, gas station has a sprinkler system,
right across the street, oh, okay.
you know,
Yeah, the dollar store does too, they made them put it in there too.
When they build it or after the fact? Oh, okay. So I think where we haven't had to deal with that in the past is we originally had the unified building code and then we went to the international building code. And that's probably where Ross is talking about that. We would have to do a resolution to change the code to put that in the code. I wonder if maybe next time we could have Ross come and share his thoughts with us on that.
But it should be under that international building code that we adopted, that should be part of that code. I think if he looked in there, it might be able to tell him more about it.
Okay.
I'm almost of the opinion though that there are some things, how they build houses in Switzerland isn't necessarily how we need to do them here. So I think we should look into this as an individual item because there are some things in that internet, like for instance, any commercial building. I mean, if you're talking huge warehouse type things, but other smaller commercial buildings, it's the same requirements as residential. And if you're residential, you can do the plumbing yourself, like if you're an owner builder. But if you're doing commercial, it really kicks it up. So I don't think we need to be irresponsible, but I think we also need to be business friendly. So we need to, I mean, if we're doing something stupid that's going to be a liability down the road, we dang sure need to look at it. But at the same time, I think we need to keep things business friendly. So I think that's something we ought to put on the agenda for next time and have Ross come, and then maybe we can research it a little bit. I think it's a cop-out to just grab the International Building Code and say, well, this is what the International Building Code says, but we need to look at what is needed
Okay.
in our town, so.
Yeah, but I don't think it hurt anything to be able to look into that anyway, just to see what they have to say.
Okay.
Yeah, well, and liability goes both ways. If somebody had a problem and their building burnt down, then they could come back and say, well, you didn't require us. So would that be all right to put on the next agenda then? And let's invite Ross to come.
Okay.
And maybe we can research that international code and see what it says too.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time. Discussion and possible action regarding hiring a new company to update the town website. Can you share that with us, Tracy?
I can. Okay. Right now we have, Civics Plus, and they are our website, and we have a hard time with them. We have a hard time, it's not very user-friendly. We can't, we have to do each step one by one, and we have to put it on their site, then we put it on Facebook. If we make a mistake, it's almost impossible to readjust.
You can't go back and fix
It's
it.
hard to go back. We can't get them on the phone. And so we actually had a couple people, we went to, when Brittany and I went to, Colorado City and talked to their council members. I like their website, I like the way it's done, and they have a local person there. We had a couple people contact us, Streamline and another lady, from Arizona, Alicia, and she does websites, and they both are, Alicia starts out, she actually talked to me and she says, it looks like you need to have a new platform, start fresh and have a new platform, and hers starts up at $600 to start it up, and then it goes from there. I think it's like $99 a month, and they will take care of, if we have an issue, they'll get
How much a
online.
month?
$99 a month,
Okay.
where Civics Plus was $4,000 a year. So we're kind of looking at that, user-friendly, something that we could go in and we can update and change. And, we have one picture on there in the front and just a few ones that are old when Scott Heaton was here, so it's pretty old.
I have heard a lot of people complain about our website, and I just kept saying, well, we hired a new guy, so the person that we've got doing it now, we hired almost 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, and then the person before that was almost as hard to deal with as what you're saying. So, and there's even names of people on that website. I can barely turn my phone on, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I go to it and I can't find nothing on there either.
Yeah.
So,
And we've done a lot of looking on different websites, how we would like to have it where it's more user-friendly, and you can pull the calendar up right away and see what's going on, and then go in and click on different links and see, if there's something going on, pictures. Like I said, I think the last pictures that it was updated when Scott Heaton was here. So that's been a while.
see the new one that we've got, people from the community were supposed to be able to post somewhere. There's a place on there they can post pictures or anyway. Well,
So we have a couple, we do have a couple different options that we're kind of looking at, and,
so the people in Colorado City, they said they just have an individual
they
in
have an
town.
individual in town that
And
comes
this person works for them or just comes in and helps, or they hire that individual to
in.
do
He
their,
just comes in and does the website, and they pay him when he
Oh.
comes in and does something.
okay.
They maintain it, but if they need updating or anything, then he'll come in and.
And another dumb question, are websites that complicated?
I don't know,
Are they telling you?
It depends on what you're using to do it. And we're working on ours with the county, and it's supposed to be super easy, and it has not been as easy as they've said.
So,
So,
but if we had somebody that knows how to,
And I might be speaking out of turn, but I know 2 people that work for the town, and I know everybody's busy. Maybe we could just approach me and say, hey, is this something that you could jump in and do? Or, I don't mind hiring a new person to do it, and if we're paying that much and we're not getting anything, we just need to end our relationship.
and that's the thing, is when we have an issue, we call Craig from Kanab, and he comes and helps us. Yeah.
And I think we have somewhat of a contract with the current person, don't we?
We do right now.
When
yeah.
does it run out?
It doesn't run out until next June, so we have a while.
So we're stuck till
We're
June.
stuck. We're stuck, but, if we could, it took us an hour and a half to post on Thursday.
And you ought to be able to just go in and,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm probably not the person to be involved with making that decision, because from what we've had with the last two people, I wish we could just get out of that. Or maybe we ought to call that guy and say, hey, we'd like out of the contract
Yeah.
if you can't help us. And I don't know,
And it might, I mean, you know, that's my thing is, you know, we still have another, 10 months with him, but would it be cheaper for us to, and more beneficial for us to go with somebody else,
well, if you're paying for something you're not getting, we need to do something else. What do you want to do? You're the one that kind of has to deal with it.
Well, Brittany does, but.
What is your opinion, Brittany?
I think cut ties, maybe see if we can get out of the contract, talk to them. And I like the two options there. One's significantly cheaper. As long as we're ADA compliant, which is what we need, I don't see why we couldn't go with the cheaper option. And it would be cheaper in the long run than Six Plus, and we would have the help that we need, and she's Arizona, she's local.
Let's do this. Okay,
And we can talk to the two people in Fredonia. They might know how.
so this actually is an action item, but I don't know if we need to make a decision on it. But my feeling is, number one, let's see if we can get out of the contract. And if we're stuck with it and he's still not doing anything, can we go in and work with his stuff if we get somebody else?
We might be able to.
Let's see if we can get out. I make a motion that, number one, we try to get out of the contract. Number two, look at people who already work at the town. And number three, if they're doing it and it doesn't work, that ain't gonna be any good either. And then number three, let's look at these people you're looking at.
Okay.
So that's my motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Are you good with that?
I'm good with that.
You're the boss.
Hey, I'm not the boss, but
Okay.
I just, just the couple months I've been here, I see that it's hard. It's hard to do anything there. We spend an hour and a half.
All of us trying to do it, at least two.
We're all
Well,
there.
and people in the community, when we got this new guy, we told them, and people's reaction was, oh, that's great, because it's hard to work with. But I've tried to look stuff up on there, and it's the same everything. So, okay, good, thank you. That's all we have on the agenda for tonight. Is there anything that you guys would like to see on the agenda next time that we need to discuss?
Just the sprinkler system.
And you've got that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's, I'll have to make some phone calls. I just got a couple of texts that are local. I don't know who they are, but they sent, somebody's watching. So they sent some numbers and gave some names of people local also that we could check with too. So, well, we'll end the meeting. Anybody else here? Is there anything you want to say? Do you want to sing? Do you want to pray? All right. We'll call her good at 7:44. Thanks everybody for coming.